Welcome to Yes Offense. Trigger warning, disclaimer, whatever you want to call it, this podcast will feature graphic language about sex, race, violence, and anything else that might make people uncomfortable. However, this is a comedy podcast, and everything and anything talked about on it should be viewed as an attempt at humor. Like, if you hear anything on this podcast you don't agree with or like, please just turn it off. No one on here is a politician or actually affecting the way you live. So if you genuinely have a problem with anything said on here, redirect your energy at a real issue going on in the real world. Now let's get into the show. Welcome to Yes Offense. I'm your host, Alex Tomaselli. And just so you know, guys, it's not easy booking the same people you want to have on the same episode. So when you guys see these combinations and you're like, wow, that's odd, it's because people don't show up to the original fucking episode recording. So if you're, I don't know. I'm just talking shit. I'm here today, though, with my favorite gay comedians, Mo Green and Pete Angelo, you guys.
Fuck you.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Obviously we'll get the plugs out of the way. Are you breathing into your mic weird?
Yeah, very high.
He's definitely breathing into his mic.
All right, so let's do our plugs out of the way really quick. Who wants to go first? Either of you two?
No, you do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go first.
This on the 28th, I'm doing some show in Waterbury with Mr. Cliff Mueller. I have no idea what that is.
Oh, and Ish, Sophia Lawrence, and someone else. Yeah.
And then
I don't know your plugs, but
yeah, you probably do, yeah. And then next month, May 22nd, I'm headlining some place in New Jersey, but I can't think of it off top, but I'll put it in the comments once you drop this video.
What's your social media that you'll post it there?
Comedian Mo Green. It's MOGREEN on Instagram. That's the main one you can check out.
What about you, Pete?
Follow me on Instagram at Metal Pete Comedy. May 13th, I'll be in Providence at the Rosedale, I believe it's called. The 22nd in May, be at Bar 80 in North Branford. And June 19th, Trinity Beer Gardens in Providence, Rhode Island. That's about it. All right. And me,
this comes out Wednesday. Yeah, so if you guys are listening on Wednesday, Thursday, I'll be at Woodbury Brewing Company. Brooke Smith is running that show. We got Katie Arroyo, Chris Smith, Sear, Chris, I don't know Chris Smith, but Chris Sear, a bunch of other good comics on that show. April 30th, this Friday, I'll be hosting my own show at the Elbow Room at 8 o'clock on Friday night, so please come to that.
That you didn't book me on.
Right, or
also
anyone
didn't
in this
book
room.
me on,
Yeah.
even though I literally put a show together, and you're the first person I asked to be on it.
It's coming, dude. That's the other thing.
Anytime you get a great flyer, I never get to fucking be on it.
I'd have booked you before, number one.
Once!
And you. I booked both of you.
You know what?
On
your first birthday show, you did book me as the headline.
And that was a fun-ass show.
Yeah, so I'm just fucking with you.
I know.
And I'm not. Once. I am booking a show for the first time ever, and you were
hell yeah, it's our rule. Thank you. No, Colin Cook, who was supposed to be on this episode, will be headlining my show on Friday. That bastard, but he
good choice.
To be fair, we all. I mean, he. It was his turn. We all had to.
He had a tummy ache.
It.
He doesn't have COVID. Apparently,
Still,
yeah,
it was his turn.
Or he's lying. Colin
lie
Cook, liar. That's a fact.
Pancreatic cancer.
No, he's fine, as far as I know. May 4th, I'll be... Fuck!
He'll be fucking.
Yeah, May 4th, I will be in... God damn it. I can't remember, guys. Sherman's Tap House, Burlington, Connecticut, May 4th. Go to my Instagram, at SillySelly. You'll see all these dates. Also, I'll be having, at Better Half Brewing, I'll be having a show May 26th. I believe Andre Kim's headlining. I'm working on that one still. Maybe someone in the room might be on it. Who knows? Oh, God. Man. Anyway, that's all I have.
Affirmative action, motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, it could go either way with that one, right?
Affirmative fashion.
Well, not affirmative action. That's only one time.
You got to hire the fatter comedians first.
Oh, no. You guys are... This is even a harder decision still.
No, I'm losing weight, man. I'm down 30 pounds, man.
Yeah.
I am definitely probably in the top 3 heaviest.
Yeah,
I
was trying to be nice. Just shit on my...
I'm not the heaviest. But...
No, you're not the heaviest.
No, definitely not.
But I'm top 5.
You're an athlete, too.
Yeah. But
no, I said heaviest though, not fattest.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you're big, but you're an athlete. I saw you moving up on that basketball court, man. You do your thing, man.
I was going to say, you don't carry your fat disgustingly either. You and I have talked in private. There's some comedians in the scene who are disgusting fat people. Like, they just are, all
you ever like look at people like disgustingly fat, and then you just imagine their voices like, I want steaks and cheese.
I used to actually, I won't get too specific. I used to hang out with this girl who was a little on the heavier side, and we would get McDonald's all the time.
She would like breathe hard.
She would be like, she'd take a bite and be like, and like eat while breathing.
Like
and
she's like a fucking boar in a trough.
It was so sad too, because I'd hang out with other people who hung out with her, and they'd be like, "Man, dude, I love Chris. I love
Jesus.
I love Sarah, but every time
Cristobal.
Yeah. I love Sarah, but every time we hang out, it's literally just every time she
has sleep apnea while she's awake.
She probably does.
Did
She's
she
a
make
great
that
girl,
sound
man.
when she deep throated you?
No, that never happened with me and her. She's one of the friends. She's cool.
She couldn't deep throat.
All love. That's why I'm not using her name. If it was some chick I didn't like at all, I'd be like her full name, address, social security.
It was so long she couldn't get to the bottom.
No. Sadly, though. I'm not one of those. I'm not like, yeah, it's huge, dude. It's like, you won't be that mad at all.
Everything's relative.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So what's up, you guys? We all got sick, and we're all better.
Yep.
Did you name it Yes Offense because you just like want to be like, yeah, I'm one of those edgy white guys?
No, actually, I explained this to the people who I originally wanted to do this podcast with as a crew. I wanted to be like, oh, it's Yes Offense because then we don't have to explain. Like, it's easy to explain. It's a comedy podcast. I am offensive comedian. You know what I mean? I think we all are to a certain degree, whether we like it or not.
Why are you staring at me?
Yeah, because you brought it up. I'll just say, like, it's also like, if someone says, like, what's the name, you can just, what is there, feedback?
No. It's a distract. It's distracting.
Yeah. If someone, it's easy to Google it. There is no other name of it. If someone is at
that
all,
amazes me. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, me too. And the other thing is, no one's used this name yet.
Yeah, nice.
And this is the other thing.
That means it was meant for you.
Yeah.
The universe, that was your shit.
Exactly. And the other thing is, dude, I'm offensive. Again, all of us are offensive. A lot of the people I have
Your
on
haircut is definitely offensive. It looks like a Charlie Chaplin toupee.
Thanks, dude. It's Puerto Rican's day. It's like, if it's called Yes Offense and you hear anything on this that's offensive, like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, what up? Yeah, that's what's going to happen. So I don't have to explain myself with anything. It's like you literally got through the title. It's called Yes Offense. So if you don't like it, that's on you. Like, it's on you to turn it off. I don't have to. The point is in the name. There's no like. I wanted to go the route of like making a name no one would think of at all, like Come Down, but that's. There's almost nothing you can do anymore that hasn't been done in a certain way. So I was like, I've thought of this, and I was like, it's what I'm going to name it.
What if you would have just named it like Moon Crickets?
Just something just like retarded.
Because when you do comedy at night, you get no laughs. So.
No! Oh, man. Dude, I'd have to explain that to everyone.
Yeah. No, it's not about black people. It's because I don't make people laugh
my
at night.
friend said I should have named... Well, he and I had an idea for... we're trying to come up with a podcast, and he said we should name it the Cool Kids Club, but it's all K's. So you'd be the KKK.
But you got to do it like in baseball. You ever see when they get in strike? The third K is always backwards. You ever notice that?
That's for a strike looking and a strike swinging is a different case.
Mm.
What?
The reason it's a backwards K is that it's difference for whether or not you struck out swinging or you struck out looking.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what the backwards K is.
But the real reason is... what I said.
You not fucking knowing.
I just assumed that because I was like, they don't want to have KKK, so it's a third
so
one.
Like just to throw it off,
yeah,
like
just to flip it around,
in case three of them were in a row.
It's like I'm not ready. That's like the visual form of I have black friends when they put the K backwards.
Oh, wrong one. But
the fuck was that?
Was that Kevin Samuels?
No, it's. You know who that is?
R. Kelly.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Sorry to throw it off.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you interrupted me, but yeah, we all got... Yeah, it's called Yes Offense, yeah, dude, because it's like, if we say... I also have a warning I've said in the last podcast that I put at the beginning of this that says, like, hey, you're gonna hear shit you probably won't like, because you probably will. Like, it's just gonna happen.
You're like, yeah, me.
Yeah,
Of course.
No, but like the way it is nowadays, it's like I'm just not gonna explain anything to anyone. Like, I don't want to be like, well, it's all satire. It's like I literally put it in the title. It's in the description. I also put a warning at the beginning. So if you get this far and you're like, oh, I'm offended, like, fuck you, dude. That's 100% on you.
You know motherfuckers don't like to read, though. You know?
Oh, yeah.
People don't like to read, and they enjoy being offended.
The warning's an audio warning. Like, at the very beginning of the podcast. But this one, it'll say, like, hey, if you don't want to listen, don't. It's going to have this, this, and this. Don't, go... My whole thing is, if you are actually listening to any podcast or anything that you find super offensive, like... And I mean just about an issue, like if they're talking about sex and you're like, I don't like the way they talked about that, and you go out of your way to contact those people or their bosses about any of that, it's like you literally aren't doing enough in the real world at all. Like, if you took it upon yourself to get offended over someone just who has no power at all, just is trying to entertain, it's like, why don't you take that energy and use it in the real world? Like, go to your politicians, go to your senators, go to any of them, your mayor, whoever, with an actual issue and pester them the way you pester those people. Because then maybe shit would get done. But instead, they're like, oh, they only think what happens in their little world, and then they go after that.
Don't tell me not to tweet Ben Shapiro as a cunt.
Oh, he is. No. There's a difference between you being like, he's a cunt, and then being like, you know what, I'm going to contact everyone he does business with.
He entertains me sometimes, though. I like a lot, listening to like a lot of
I disagree with a lot of what he says, but he also is... Like, he's one of those... He sucks, but he is one of those dudes, when he's wrong, he does to let you know he's wrong.
He takes himself too serious.
Said that, he's also wrong a lot, I think, and just his certain information...
I just hate anyone who's like... he's essentially he's got the voice of Mandark from Dexter's Lab. But also it's like, I hate anyone who's just like, he tries to talk about like the masculinity problem now. And I'm like, you're a 5'6" fucking dwarf bitch who I'd kick the shit out of.
Dude,
like, you and Pierce Morgan will beat the fuck out of you.
Dude. Anyone who likes Ben Shapiro, I always say to them, like, yo, if you hung out with Ben Shapiro when you were a kid, if you went to camp with Ben Shapiro, he would be the kid who told on you to the counselors when you snuck over to the girls' cabin, dude.
100%.
He really, counselor, they're not doing the right thing. There's girls over there. They're gonna try to have sex with them. I just want to, like, he would ruin that shit.
He's entertaining though, like, as a character. Just for you guys to have this conversation, you guys have listened to him before.
Oh yeah,
it's like some people like you don't like, but you still, it's like weird.
I've never gone out of my way to be like, I'm gonna go listen to Ben.
Yeah,
like, I just heard that like when people pop clips up,
Yeah.
or like people read one of his books.
The Daily Wire article always pops up somewhere.
Like he wrote a novel, and like every time he described the main character, he was like, he's a 6'3", 220-pound. Monster of a man. It's like
he's like projecting
so fucking hard. And I was like, 6'3", 220 is not that big.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, for you, strong man. Motherfucking Atlas.
6'3", 40.
Yeah, you know what I'm
saying?
Get
here, 220.
Was that offensive lineman size? Or?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, they're usually taller than me, but 3'4". I mean, world's strongest man, the guys weigh usually between 3 to 360. The biggest guys weigh like 400 though.
Yeah, that shit is insane.
They're monsters.
I just know the mountain guy from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he's gigantic. He's 6'9".
You see what his wife looks like?
She's tiny.
She's like half any of our sizes.
But do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man.
What are you doing? Muffin What's
Man.
that going?
No, that's just this.
Oh, I hate you.
Yeah, that's
I hate you.
Do you know? I just totally stepped on the fucking drop.
Yeah, you did. You sat on Olivia Soprano, dude. You're worse. No, I'll do another one later. Ben Shapiro. The thing he crept into my life just because I kept seeing people post like the generic like Ben Shapiro owns.
Oh, it's like that is. I was like, yeah, you own. It's a dumb college student who like
it's like
a freshman.
It's like a nervous,
of course.
fat college girl's like, I remember the thing you said about gender roles, and I was just wondering if it's. And then he's like, actually,
yeah. This is what it is. Me and Candace sound.
That's why I turned it out.
He kind of sounds like this. He has a high voice. He takes himself entirely too
Candace
seriously.
Owens, I can't stand.
Candace Owens.
She's hot.
Oh my God, George Floyd, he was on fentanyl. I hate black people. My white husband, his penis is small, but his credit's good.
She's from Connecticut.
Like Stanford or Stratford.
It's one of the white ones. Yeah, the real white ones.
She looks like
one of the white ones. I mean, that's...
it's Connecticut. Yeah,
Candace Owens, like if like an ant like morphed into a human, but then like morphed all the way. That's how Candace Owens, like her face. She has like an ant face. She just does, like, she got the big head with the small chin.
I just remember seeing her on Rogan, and she was like, I think I could do stand-up. I think I'm pretty funny. And I know anyone who talks like that, who says shit like that, isn't funny and has never actually tried.
She was talking about her. I have such the savage sense of humor and blah blah blah. I'm like, bitch, I don't see that shit. If you got a sense of humor, like, people will see that in your everyday conversation, even if you're trying to be. There's no humor in her body.
She does take people's shitting on her well. I think that's what she thinks, but there's a difference between that and taking a joke.
Oh yeah, and actually being able to make jokes.
Yeah, being able to make jokes, but I don't like the thing I don't like about the conservative talk people. I don't like politicians and any of that shit, John. I really don't even look up the liberal ones. Like, I don't, because they're not entertaining. Oh, yeah. I don't know about. I watched the Young Turks a little bit when I was younger, but I can't do it now. But like the thing I don't like specifically about like Crowder, not so much Ben Shapiro, but like Crowder and like all the other dudes are like
Eric July. Yeah,
or like when Milo was big too.
I hate that so much.
Yeah, he gave you guys. He really tried to fuck things up for you guys, dude. No, but like they do what genuine shitty edgelord comedians try to do.
Oh, God,
they are what a lot of dudes who who come out on stage now who are like, you guys just aren't ready for the truth and shit. They became those guys.
They'll just essentially go on stage and be like, oh, if I just say fag a bunch with no real punchline, but just call this guy gay, and then if they don't laugh, they can just be like, oh, you guys just trying to cancel me? You can't handle it?
Yeah.
That's what bothered me about the canceling. Now every shitty comedian who can't write an actual joke can just be like, oh, I guess I'm just going to be canceled.
Yeah, you have to have something. Yeah, you have to have something to cancel before they're going to cancel you at all. Like,
plus,
income.
Cancel culture has been, quote unquote, cancel culture has been around for fucking ever. There's literally banned books lists that have been around for the longest time. It's not really a new thing, except now
it's the internet.
Not just that, but it's also not just the internet too, but people. Companies are now trying to get ahead of the groups. Like, everything that's happened in the last couple of months and stuff like that have been the companies themselves.
Yeah,
it hasn't been groups of people going out. They're just trying to jump ahead of it. But people are trying to ban, I'm sorry, but heavy metal has been people trying to ban it since the fucking 80s.
It was
same thing with anything that has a gay overtone to it. I'm glad they're just canceling shit that's not cool now. They used to try to cancel cool things like violent video games on awesome movies.
That is true. I'll give you that. Like, the conservative cancel, because that was more mainly in that time. I feel like a conservative, or if you want to call it cancel culture, whatever, they would try to get shit banned back then more, and now I feel like it's become more of the left, and it's just the thing that's getting canceled now. It seems because maybe we're more aware of it, is just sillier and just more.
But a lot of but people assume anytime a company is like, oh, maybe we'll not do this thing anymore, or just we're gonna stop printing this. Everyone's like, oh, cancel culture. But it's not the same thing.
Yeah, the Dr. Seuss thing was a little different. That one, because they didn't stop it. They just stopped the books.
They just stopped selling the books that really didn't have any good sales.
Did you?
They're like this. It's essentially the same as if you 10 years down the road, as a comic, looked back at one of your bits and was like, what joke sucks? And I don't like the content, and I'm gonna stop doing it.
I'm gonna take it off.
You just it's on you.
I was gonna say, if the art sucks, you don't have to cancel it. It'll cancel itself.
Yeah. The thing too, I because when that came out, I know it's going back a month, but the Dr. Seuss thing, I remember being like, how did they cancel his books? And then I remember, because I was talking to a family member about it on the phone, they're like, I don't see what's so bad, and I started Googling it, and it's. Like, to me, it's kind of funny what they are, but it is pretty bad. It's pretty. You're like, because if they're supposed to be children's books, so if if you I don't have kids, I don't want, I'm not looking, it's
at least
whatever
not
right now.
You're working on your career.
Exactly. I'm not. I don't look at the world through what's going to happen to the kids right now. It's like they're. But if a kid was to pick up a Dr. Seuss book, which is supposed to be like, fun, and then they open it, it's got like a black dude being like ooga booga, you know what I mean? It's like, he maybe shouldn't.
That shit is funny. But I mean, that's the time period that it came out.
No doubt. They still have them though. They're not just not.
They're not saying burn them.
Yeah, it's like historical relics, like destroying statues and things of that nature. I mean, it doesn't change like what happened. And sometimes you have to leave those certain things as a sense of a reminder. You know what I mean?
But putting a statue in, like, okay, we took a statue down and be like, okay, we're going to put this in museums and teach about history, not leave it outside and glorify them like they're fucking heroes.
No, I agree with that.
Like, I think people don't realize there's a big difference. Like, if you pull a statue from, like, a public square, you don't, like, forget what it is. I never saw a statue of Columbus until I was well into my late teens, but I knew who the fucker was.
Yeah. Right.
Getting rid of the statue doesn't, like, erase it from history.
Right. A lot of those statues, too, we're going, like, really into the cancel thing, but, like, the statue shit, those were built, rectified, whatever, at, like, in this century, in the 20th century.
You said it. You said erect.
No, they were, dude.
Yes.
And I liked it. No, they were though. So a lot of those were were built in the early 1900s. I'm pretty sure.
Right. Well, because they it was like almost like they were threatening people with it. Like when Bible wanted like more rights, they were like, "We're gonna put the statue."
So it's great. And when they take them down, I'm like, "Fuck it, I don't really care." Put a dinosaur there, dude.
I said take down all the Columbus statues and put up a calzone.
Yeah, that too. Or just put Joe Pesci up
but
there,
just delete stuff,
with a baseball bat.
Deleting things and taking things away doesn't change like what actually happened.
No.
You know what I'm
we
saying?
didn't teach the right history anyways.
Yeah.
We didn't teach the right history about Columbus and all that shit.
And then if you want to cancel things because they're bad, I mean, like America was built on some bullshit in general. You have to cancel like the entire United States.
At least teach the real at least teach the real like history. What happened? Stop like sugarcoating it and stop like lying to try and make us look better. Even though, like, we did a lot of horrible fucking shit.
The thing is, too, they're gonna, if they end up doing that, they're gonna, which I doubt it, but, like, if they told everyone's history of this area, everyone's fucked up one way or another. Like, the Indians, Native Americans, whatever, sorry, my bad, but, like, they like to portray them in, like, Disney movies as, like, people who, like, were like running with the wolves and shit,
and like giving you corn and shit, being nice.
And I'm sure.
There was some brutal motherfuckers.
Yeah,
man.
I'm sure there were.
Which is fine, but like this thing is like, I mean, that's just.
That's
fine.
the
But honestly, though, they talk about it like some tribes are way more like war driven. And some are more peaceful.
Exactly,
and that's fine. But it still doesn't say like. But we still overlook the fact that we wiped out.
Oh no! I'm not dismissing that.
Because our weapons were just way.
better.
We coughed on them.
Dude. We gave them blankets. Yeah. Oh, I'm not dismissing that. I'm just saying
we did to them what Joe Begley did to the entire comedy community.
Real talk. And like the Europeans, it was a blue-eyed, blonde-haired fucking monster.
Just showed up. Swinging his dick around, drinking, not caring about what he does to every room he walks into.
Giving kisses goodbye to everyone.
Yeah, dude. And look what happened. 2 weeks of comedy shut down because of Joe Beggs.
Yeah, we all slip up. It's been a real rough time. But again, also as people who have been out and about working, it's been, we want to go out and do those things and try to help. And also support these businesses who are open now.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm torn because, I want us to be safe. I believe this is a real thing. I got it. It sucked. But, I also, these businesses are now open and have been hurting for a while. I want to help them. And,
that's the other. Sorry.
No, but I think it's just like you're caught. And it's not. And I feel like, we didn't go out to a 10,000 person rally. We went to these small bars that are still under CDC, doing what they're supposed to. And, slip ups happen,
One thing I learned, though, you can go to, something with, 10,000 people. And be around a whole bunch of people if it's a Black Lives Matter theme. Because apparently, whenever a crowd is themed as Black Lives Matter, COVID is, and it does not transmit for some reason. No, but if it's a Trump rally, that's where the COVID.
Well, they don't wear masks. They don't believe in them.
Yeah. But
every
single person was wearing a mask.
No, but honestly, the vast majority I've seen have been wearing masks compared to a Trump rally. I know people who've gone to the protests.
I think them riots, not riots. Those protests was a hell of a lot bigger than Trump rallies.
I'm not even.
Yeah, but again, I still think they're more
all
so
over the world.
more so. Also, why do you think there were so many fucking spikes? There were tons of fucking spikes.
Yeah, no, I know.
I think it was a combination of both.
Well,
you got big groups in general, regardless of what the theme is.
What I'm saying during all the parts of it, that's when but it's still there's a lot of footage I saw a lot of people
that's what they show
actually
you.
Wearing masks and stuff like that.
That's what they show you.
Oh my fucking god!
That's what
I'm talking about footage from like actual people who were there.
Yeah, I'm not saying
again,
but percentage wise, yeah. But I'm saying if you go by percentages of what I'm looking at, and I can physically see people doing it.
My whole thing, you take away the the mask thing. You can argue one way or another. I can argue if you the picture video thing. That's fine. But the thing that annoyed me about that whole thing was literally, and I remember this last summer, and I'll remember this till the day I die. And anyone who disputes this is lying. But the media was putting, especially left. I don't really pay attention to the right wing because that's just propaganda, and left wing is too. It's just not as direct, I think. But the left-wing media was like, if you go outside, if you go in a crowd of people, if you do any of these things, you're literally killing other Americans. You're killing your grandmother. You're killing. If you do that, you're well, I don't know, but
you're double killer.
You're a bad person. And then once people started marching in the streets, they were like, I mean, if it's for George Floyd, you might be a better person. You might be okay.
It was so.
And I never have ever seen so many people in regular life, like as close to you and me, literally change their mood on like, I'm not going outside to, well, I mean, I guess I am. It's racism. I'm like, but you wouldn't go to the grocery store and they're like, I mean, do you think racism is more important than food? And I'm like, what? It's just fucking weird. And I don't get it.
Right now, when you get the balls to do it like a joke, like write all that shit down.
You think so?
Because that's funny as fuck.
Oh, thanks. Well, we'll see. No, it's true though. Like that shit. I don't know. We're going way back in this.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good because it's related to COVID or whatever.
Because
I didn't mean to spill off into a joke that brought us to this.
No, it's fine. But that's the thing too about a lot of this bullshit going on. In just general, like if you pay attention to how I could use comics names to explain it easier, but if you pay attention to how certain comics do their jokes or how they act, you can just line that up with a Huffington Post article that came out that week. You don't have a lot of people don't think on their own; they just follow what they're literally being pumped into their heads. And I'm sure someone out there will hear this and will be like, "That's not me," and then go and literally watch NBC or Fox and be like, they're right. And it's like, you literally are getting spoon-fed bullshit information. Not bullshit, not that it's not true, it's just literally being fed to you in a way that makes your brain react to react in general. Like,
right.
If someone just tells you certain things, you shouldn't have a reaction, but for some reason nowadays, if you're watching any of those things, when you turn off the TV, you're like, wow, I'm actually fired up about this thing that I didn't even know existed before I turned on the TV. And
program it.
It's fucking insane. Anyway, this is not... If you're listening to this far, sorry there's not a lot of laughs this episode.
It's going to get better. It's going to get better. I'm looking at
we are going to talk about some
Pete's
other shit.
belly. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of powerlifting right there. Pete has on a belly shirt.
It's not a fucking belly shirt.
And some
I'm
booty
just
shorts.
leaning back. Shut the fuck up.
It's like,
you're in my fucking house. I'll wear what the fuck I want. You're lucky I put on pants.
I accept your homosexuality. But
you don't have to, no. Don't you know this is 2021? You don't just accept it. You have to fucking...
I have to do it.
You have to be a fucking part of it. No, actually, I'm sick of you being a part of it. Everyone
you got to figure out how to time these drops or make them louder.
I think
even when I listen to
say faggot, what'd you say?
Because even when I listen to the JT Moore one, you did a lot of drops, but we couldn't hear them because somehow you got to work.
I'm still getting the hang, man. This will be episode 5, I think.
Hope you work those boards, man.
Oh, I'm working on it. I think I got it turned up all the way now. We'll try it again.
No, you have
next one works.
Just 4 buttons.
Just 4 buttons for now, man. I work with what I got. I'm gonna switch them out too. Like all I have right now is.
What'd you say, faggot? What'd you say?
And then I got.
Real talk.
And then I got.
You fucking whore. These blacks.
So I got 3/4 of these in The Sopranos.
I got 2 of them from The Sopranos. And then the other one's R. Kelly. You ever seen Monster Squad?
Yeah.
You guys both seen that
Oh, of
movie?
course,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah. That's the
Fucking-
bully in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
He goes,
What'd you say, faggot? What'd you say?
he says that to the fat kid. And that shit always made me like, I don't know
He
why.
about to get canceled because of that drop.
Yeah, that's
like,
a drop though.
The
It's not
Queen's
me.
like, oh my god, he's like, I was liking his podcast, but then he called me like faggots when it drops and shit, so I can't fuck with him.
No.
You know what's funny? Like, Pete's actually gay, but he has the worst gay impersonation on stage. Like, this motherfucker's
Yeah,
doing
because
wrong.
I don't. That's the whole point.
You gotta work that. You gotta work that
No,
impression.
that's the fucking
You like,
point.
you refuse to make it sound like a gay guy.
Yeah. Why would I?
Nah, I'm fucking with
But
you.
like none of my jokes like I really have that.
Nah.
No, they shouldn't. Dude. Yeah.
And then my shit just
Don't do
fly.
that.
I'm not
Not
gay.
in a bad way, just like that scene.
I'm not
It
gay.
would be hacky. I'd feel like at that point.
I'm just an impressionist. I know how to do like a lot of different voices. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? James T. Moore Harford. You know, we out here in Wallingford and everything. We just trying to do our thing. I'm the greatest comedian of all time.
All right.
But I'm real humble.
We love James C. Moore.
I'm
Do
real-
not-
Nah, that's the homie right there.
Oh, yeah,
man.
cool. I was
Yeah,
like,
I was just like, I just
I
used that
fuck
as
with
an
James Moore.
opportunity to do some
doing it.
impersonations.
No, that's what that is. Yeah, he has a gruff voice.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm from Hartford, but really I'm from Bloomfield, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also from Bridgeport, but really I'm from Derby.
I know
you
you're digging on him right now. I know you are.
No, the shit I'm saying I say to him all
I know.
the time.
James C.
Yeah.
Moore and I have talked about how if we shit on people, it's usually how we shit on them.
Yeah.
Shout out James
People
C.
that
Moore.
I have
Very
real
good, yes.
issues with, which I don't, but people who have issues with me, I would never air this shit out.
No,
Honest.
back to Monster Squad. You guys have seen that shit?
Yeah, it's been
Howie
forever, though.
Mandel.
That shit's hilarious because I was like, what?
No. It was Monster Squad and I'm thinking Little Monsters, which came out around the
Yeah,
same
like
a few
Little
years later.
Monsters is-
Yeah,
yeah.
they were within
Isn't
within
it?
2 or 3
Shit.
years. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
Little Monsters was like a
Little
Disney-
Monsters
Yeah.
was with I think Fred Savage.
Yes.
Yeah,
Fred,
yeah,
and
yeah,
Ben
yeah.
Savage. When he
I
was
like Monster Squad because the kids in it, even though it's in the 80s, they talk like kids still do. Like they
Oh, that's the
talk
one
shit.
where the Wolfman got
Yeah,
nuts.
yeah. Hell yeah, dude. The fucking just because like they're like in elementary school and they're still like, oh shit, man, and like
Yeah,
fuck.
that's
They're like, oh. Well, I forgot the one scene. He's like, my sister knows German. And he's like, your sister doesn't know German. She just lets guys hang out and touch her tits. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly how they talk.
That's fucking hilarious.
And when they're
man.
mean to each other, they say,
What'd you say, faggot? What'd you say?
and that's how they talk. That's what I'm saying. Mean little kids, man. I don't know. That was a realistic bullying scene for me when I was younger. I was like, that's literally happened to me. Like, those exact quotes.
I don't know if I'm comfortable with Pete being so comfortable with that drop. Because if you had a drop,
I'm fine with it because
Yeah.
I could kick that kid's ass.
Yeah.
if you had a drop, but he the one that did it. If you,
No, it's
he programmed the
it's
shit.
good.
Because if you had a drop that was like, "Hate all you niggas," like if that, I think you should
Like these blacks.
no,
Not
you gotta,
as bad.
You gotta take it a step
Yeah,
further.
but that's the thing. So that's the whole
I don't
thing.
give a fuck about
That's
that.
the whole thing. Is that's because the difference is if you say the N word, you get beat up. If you say fag, gays aren't beating you up. They're gay.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless they're big and angry.
And this is also like,
unless they're a booty warrior, you know. I
it's
like
also
you. I want you. We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. I see they calls you Chris Hansen,
No, I
but
call
I
Chris
think I
Hansen,
calls you
yeah.
Chris Hansen.
It's so good. I'm trying to find a
He
drop
raped
from
like
that.
200 people, and he bragged about it in prison, and they still let him out. That's how society doesn't give a fuck about men, because it couldn't. There's no way it could have been the other way around.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I raped about 200 women in
Dude.
these prisons. Now they let me
That's-
out now. Like,
We've been going a
did the
long
whole thing?
time.
You don't want to touch on the?
No, we are gonna. We
Okay.
might as well because we.
If it goes longer, it goes
or
longer.
some of it- exactly. No, I'm not. But
let it flow, man.
yeah, man, we fucking. I don't know how you guys felt, but Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
They only did a little of that in this too.
Yeah,
Anyway,
man.
Mortal Kombat came out, and
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys felt about it, but I was unimpressed to say the least.
It was generally like what I expected.
You think?
Yeah, it was like, all right, I don't see some blood. This is gonna be dumb, and like, oh, they made the
Oh,
cops
dude, it
cool.
was so much dumber.
But really, what did you fucking expect?
Yes. No.
One, it's Mortal Kombat is already on premise retarded.
I know.
Facts.
It's massively retarded.
Okay, the game. Yeah, and the game had.
What'd you say, faggot? What'd you say?
That's the.
That's hilarious.
Damn.
But like,
No,
no,
this is-
but
sorry, I'll let you.
fucking all right.
Go ahead.
One, obviously,
Rant.
the worst. Like you already, Mortal Kombat
It's
has
corny, right?
fucking so many fucking characters.
It's a cheesy
And-
80s movie.
Yeah,
It's
but
2021.
even the 80s
Yeah.
movies sucked.
Yeah,
The
that's
90s
it's like
movies
Big Trouble in Little China.
sucked. But like, no, but Big Trouble in Little China is fucking amazing. But
It
it's
is.
doing anything on the right reason.
Yeah.
Where this, like one, you introduce this character,
Cole,
who like, I'm sorry, but you have a plethora of human characters.
Oh my God, thank you.
Who you can use as the audience's view into the world, who can explain.
Maybe
it.
they were trying to give it like its identity for today.
I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
but still, but you already have the thing is that. But Mortal Kombat's whole thing is that all right, it's a bloody game, but it also has these iconic characters.
Yeah.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what is known about Mortal Kombat. Like everyone knows these characters. One, you don't even have Johnny Cage in it. It's like that's weird. I know it's set up
He's
in
a
a
comic
sequel.
relief. The movie,
Kano was the comic.
Kano was the comic relief. in this.
Kano was the fucking
And he's the
awesome,
best
man.
part.
Yeah, Kano is the
This
best
is
part.
the thing too.
All
I
right,
hate
so
it.
to be fair, I did find Liu Kang very attractive in this one.
No, that's
Um,
He was
cool
handsome
with me,
man,
man.
man.
that was
yeah.
the only.
Yeah.
I was about. He was like, oh, he's not too buff. Like the Liu Kang in the early
Well,
ones, too buff.
There was that
Um,
one scene when he was flexing, and I was like, his arms are vascular, like too
Oh, he's
vascular.
very.
Yeah,
But that's
Yeah,
why. But he's like a more tone guy.
He was
So,
like, "Ang bak."
But
the-
like, yeah, like
yeah.
they obviously tried to go for like a little bit more like dark style with that, like but then still mix that campiness in too. But it just felt very disjointed.
So-
It was a movie that I could just enjoy for the cool like moments that it
The
had,
violence
but
and
then
shit.
also very much enjoy making fun of it.
Oh
Yeah. Well, this is the thing that really got me about it is it's wow. Hold on, I gotta go into my notes because I wrote a bunch of notes. Is the like you could start with first of all Cole. Like what you just said, Cole. I don't know what asshole producer showed up and was like, let's introduce a brand new character with shitty powers and no appeal at all. Like
No, he's just very bland.
his whole
Super
side
bland.
story sucked.
I thought his wife and fucking daughter were more fucking
Yeah,
interesting.
and they
they had more character.
sorry. The he also I didn't catch his name
I
in the
didn't
beginning
either.
of the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm watching it and I'm like, oh wow, Liu Kang is really taking. Why isn't he showing
Right.
his fire powers yet? And I swear to God, dude, Liu Kang showed up and I was like, wait, that's not Liu Kang?
Yeah.
Like I swear to God, I
Uh-uh.
missed it. That's on me. But that's how the movie was going where I thought it was. I'm like, oh, it's going to be Liu Kang. And the other thing, the power thing is bullshit. Like, oh, they have to acquire powers. They have to.
Oh, I guess, but like, because they all do have powers like in the game, so that's. So I guess you
They
have to
already
have
have
some.
They're trying to
They
figure out where
do,
it
but
came.
I mean, I guess they want to be just like, oh yeah, everyone's got fucking
But they
superpowers.
the reason
from
they
other
do
realms.
the reason they do some of them acquire them later in the games, I guess. But the other thing is they
Some of them have lineage that it's like why
Yeah.
they have powers. Like Johnny Cage apparently comes from this fucking group that
Right.
has it and a bunch of other shit.
Well-
It's just, but the problem is the entire movie was a Deus Ex Machina. Like every time they needed something, Liu Kang showed up, or like he got his
Yeah.
power at this exact moment.
Well,
Also,
Could
that fucking
you
suit that he
explain
was
what
wearing.
that term that you just used? What?
Deus Ex Machina is like a plot device when you need something to happen and show up to like save the day kind of thing.
Mhm.
It shows up at the right
okay.
moment.
yeah.
Okay.
The
Anytime like a character saves the day from off screen out
Hell
of
yeah.
nowhere, that's what it is.
Kung Lao showing up with his hat and shit. This is the other thing. My friend pointed this out to me. We were arguing on the phone about it. They not arguing, but yeah.
Your friend yelling.
Yeah.
Fuck
No, this is
you.
bullshit. They train. They're like, we need to train you, and we have the shield, and they can't get in. And they don't even train that long, and then the bad guys just get in, and they're like, okay, now we're like the whole plot is just thrown away in like 3 seconds.
It's very
There's
just crammed in.
no tournament.
Yeah, a lot of people said it seemed rushed.
If they literally did the same plot from the original, just bloody as fuck, it could have been a good movie. I swear. Like, and I just mean like same plot as in like, oh, they collect these characters and bring them, and they have a tournament, and then they all get into like random fights. Like, this is the other thing. I keep saying that. I keep repeat. I have every podcast I've realized I do. I repeat like one phrase, a different phrase in
It's all
the podcast.
good, man.
But
That's your catchphase.
yeah, no, it's a different one each. Like one time I kept
gotta keep
saying it worked. I kept saying
Niggers.
no,
Okay.
no, but you know how when they first show Scorpion in the movie, he
Yeah.
fights a bunch of dudes
Yeah.
and just stabs like 10 dudes.
Yeah.
They needed to have that for a fight scene like that for every character when they release them, even if it was just a flashback. Like, and not even for the good guys, like
That
maybe,
was real long. That was like a real weird movie.
Yeah,
to fucking
like-
not
put
really
together.
though. I think they could have pulled it off.
So why don't you do that shit then, Francis?
I have to do it. Yeah.
Francis fucking
Yeah.
Coppola.
If
Like,
I
it's
had
funny.
no,
You know those hardcore
When these
action
movies
movies
come
right,
out,
where
man.
Coppola fucking right.
like people, like because of
Right.
social media and stuff,
Silly.
people are so critical, and everybody has like the perfect
Well-
thing of what it. I'm not just saying you because you're
you
saying this
fuck.
to me, but there's some people that like they'll like not like something. And then they'll make like 1,000 statuses of not liking the movie, and then when other
Didn't I
people
just do that?
That's bogering.
When
too.
other-
Yeah, you do.
Did
You both
I
do
just do
that.
that?
Hold on,
You
I
did that for
I
Justice
did that by
League.
Justice
Let me
League.
let me finish. And then when other people like other friends or whatever, they'll say, "I like this movie." The same person is hopping on every other status, like going on like a crusade to convince everybody, like, "I hate this movie and you should hate it too." Like
Yeah,
after a while, it seems kind of weird. Like, why the fuck would you focus so much on some shit that you don't like? You talk more about things you don't like than things that you actually do like. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
I
you.
don't like it. It's cool. Whatever. Move
Yeah,
on. Yeah.
So here's the
Go ahead, go ahead.
So when I think you do need to, there needs to be a balance. I think like if something's bad, you should voice that because what happens is when
Yeah.
you don't and they make money and then these same fucking shit directors keep like I'm sorry, but Zack Snyder is a garbage fucking director.
Nah, I get what
Yeah.
you're saying. I
So
get
like if
Dawn of the Dead.
everyone's like, nah, let's not.
That's
Yeah,
good.
no, that was good. But well, I'm sorry, but one movie out of the
No,
six
I
you've
agree.
made is not a good track
I'm
record.
with you.
But if everyone's just like, all right, I won't, voice my dislike
Yeah.
of it. I'm not saying go out and tar and feather
No,
Zack
not at all. No,
Snyder.
no.
He seems like a nice guy, but he needs to be a fucking director of photography,
dude.
not a director.
No, for real. If they need slow mo scenes, call him in for any slow mo scene ever. Other than
Otherwise,
that, though, yeah.
Everyone.
I'm just saying, like, raining.
Or a zombie movie,
like,
I guess.
constantly-
Hopefully, Army of the Dead doesn't suck. Yeah.
Constantly, like, raining on other people's happy. Like, I see your happy. Yeah, this is great. That poster's awesome. The poster sucks, man. You like this bullshit.
Nah,
Yo, this coffee's great. Coffee, nah. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
that's
no.
like-
yeah, well,
And I'm
yeah.
not-
Like,
listen,
to voice your opinion on your
Yeah.
own page is one thing, but to like follow wherever this pops up and always constantly troll, like after a while, it's like a weird ass psychosis.
Well,
like, what the fuck?
I
Yeah.
like,
What's
and
wrong
I
with you,
do. I
man?
like having like debates about movies with like friends
Hell
like
yeah.
that. But I'm like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go.
I don't
and-
see you
and
on
I-
every other status
yeah.
saying
when
that
you were doing the Justice League thing, I thought that was silly too. Like I thought it was a bit you were doing.
No, I mean I was just having fun.
Exactly, you're having
me
fun.
And, me
You
and
weren't-
Pat were like kind of. It was a 4-hour movie.
So long.
Yeah.
me and Pat
I
were like
still
kind of
haven't-
high,
Well,
and I was just
yeah,
making
shit.
jokes about it because like everyone was getting mad.
But real quick, my opinion on the flick.
We're still talking.
Yeah,
about
I
it.
didn't really. I'm not comparing it. I didn't really compare it to. I didn't give a fuck. I haven't played Mortal Kombat in like 20 years.
I have
You know,
stuff.
so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
me
I
too,
more or
dude.
less was looking at it as standalone, looking at it for the graphics. You know, the acting was cheesy. The story was whatever.
which is fun.
But
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
the
that's- I'm
callbacks.
gonna
You
go
know,
back to
I
that,
like
too.
the different fatalities. Like I clapped a
no,
couple
that
times.
shit was cool.
It took me back to like 1994. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wasn't looking at it to be this epic, greatest movie. Or like everybody expects every single movie to be the greatest fucking movie of all time. It's like we gotta like lower our
Okay,
expectations. a little
so that's
bit,
the thing.
You know?
I want to
But I think
clarify.
I think they could have done more of the campiness. Like they almost tried to be too
Oh.
serious sometimes. Well, I think that the gore
Yeah.
and the fights, that's what
Okay.
we want.
Yeah.
We just it kind of got slowed down a bit with the when he's gonna train, he's not gonna train.
Yeah,
she's
okay.
gonna train,
So
there was opportunity there. A lot of times when
right,
I'm
right.
mad at a movie, it's because I do like I'll see opportunity that it could
Oh,
have been
exactly.
the next
Right, right.
level. Because you see those moments of greatness in a movie, and you're like, "Oh, if they could just, move on,
Yeah.
move forward with that."
yeah, so
All right, so Coppola and
Well,
fucking Tarantino,
my
you
thing.
motherfuckers
I'm a
get together.
fucking genius.
Yeah, well,
I like the fuck out of that movie.
I went into this movie as I usually do. I don't watch trailers for movies. I like to literally have no opinion when I go into a movie because I want to enjoy the movie. That's usually how I enjoy movies. Same thing with this. I went into this movie being like blank slate. I want to like it. I love Mortal Kombat. I love the lore, all that shit. It's
the
ridiculous.
lore is insane.
Exactly.
though.
It's ridiculous. It's not consistent. It is
Nothing, and anything older than 20
Exactly.
years is not consistent.
Exactly. And then
it's changed too much.
It's also that's how silly it is though. Like I like the basic lore. I don't mean I'm a dork, but I like Sub-Zero and Scorpion are brothers. Maybe not. Whatever.
The different
And
clans,
then they
fighting
were, and now they're different clans. It's
Yep.
evolved. It's changed. Having said all that, those games too. If you've played the stories of the actual games, they are super fucking cheesy. Like beyond cheesy than you can imagine. Like there'll be I swear to God, in one of the last 3 games, there's a scene when like Jax is walking with Sonya and Johnny, and like they bump into each other. Like, they're walking together, but Jax, like, bumps into Johnny, and Johnny's like, watch it. And Jax is like, I don't like your tone. And you have to fight as one of them then and fight. You know what I mean? So it's built on ridiculous scenarios that the plots usually don't make sense. It's crazy. But because of this bullshit Cole character they put in the movie, they shoehorn him in for some bullshit reason. Again, kill that executive. Instead of having him in the movie, Pete's right. They should have put Luke. It should have been Liu Kang. It should have been anybody else.
Even Sonya.
And like
anybody.
And they killed some great characters, but kept Cole.
Dude, it could have been anybody. Get rid of Cole, and then all that extra time they spent on Cole building up his bullshit. Explore, dude. Sonya Blade and Kano, maybe in the first one were I'm saying in their original thing, they're enemies. Like, I don't know why they're teaming up or anything. I don't know why Sonya's recruiting him.
Well,
they needed help against the lizard.
No, because Sonya was after the guy with the marking. Kano killed that guy. He got the marking.
Okay,
that's why she had him.
Usually hates him.
Yeah, she did hate him. That's why he was chained up and she threw a knife at him.
I know. Yeah. And the way that's the other. Okay, I'm gonna keep running into shit. Yeah, we're gonna start going into spoilers here, so you haven't seen it. Fuck off. But the win. The powers, like, Kano's eye pissed me off. I wanted his eye
mechanical.
I wanted it to be cyborg, and the whole thing, I'm pretty sure, is one of them, like, because Jax, Stryker, who's not in the movie, and Sonya are all in the same squad in the game, and they're the reason his eye's fucked up, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And they're after him because he's killed so many of their teammates. Like, that's what I'm saying. They could have built that feud. They could have gone more into Liu Kang and Kung Lao. Kung Lao was a one-off. He got fucked in this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he might come back because the soul thing, maybe.
That's why Kano might come back too. Yeah.
Fucked over. I was like, bullshit. That's all right. Any character who died in this too died quick. Like, almost, you were like, I thought there'd be more fighting. They had the guy from the raid in this. I thought the choreography in this was going to be way more off the chain. And they just killed... Reptile was... I actually liked Reptile, the way he looked.
I was mad he wasn't a guy.
Me too, a little bit. I was mad he wasn't a reptile ninja guy, because I like that. But I liked how he looked. I liked that he was invisible, and I liked how Kano fucked him up. Yeah. Again, though, too much of a one-off. Who else? There were... Hold on.
Goro?
Didn't Goro look just like Incredible Hulk? Like in the face, it was the same.
Dude, Goro, I legit liked his design, but yeah, why? Like,
dude,
it was the same face.
He's supposed to be the big fucking bad.
Goro I keep comparing it to the games, but it's true because everyone who went to this, like it or not, no one went to this movie and was like, I only watched the old Mortal Kombat movies, and that's why I'm going to this. No, everyone here played the last 3 games. Even if you were an old school Mortal Kombat, you played the newer games at one point because the fatalities are fucking sick, or you Googled the fatalities just to watch them. You're there for the game. Who were we just talking about? Goro. If anyone who's played the games knows, Goro is one of the bosses, and he's usually has been notoriously harder than Shang Tsung or Shao Kahn.
No, Shao Kahn
is usually is a fucking menace. Goro is just intimidating and everything. So in this, for him to show up in his first scene and get fucked up by Cole, the new character. Which one is it? I can't remember. I don't.
Would you say faggot? What'd you say?
Yeah, sure.
And like that fucking his power with the fucking that suit looked awful. That suit looked bad.
was so lame.
And I've seen I can't remember a comic, but I've seen somebody with that power. Like, the more they get hit, they build up energy.
Yeah, Black Panther.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
That's what his suit does.
Oh, my God, dude. They stole...
Yeah, they stole Black Panther's power.
Motherfuck.
Yeah, you didn't realize that. I said it when it happened. I was like, oh, he changes potential.
It didn't even occur to me.
That's what white people do all the time. First, they stole niggas, and then they stole Black Panther.
Yo, it's the other thing.
That guy is Asian. Fuck
that's my British Asian guy.
Whatever.
He's British playing an American Asian.
All right,
what the fuck?
I mean, to be fair, don't we... Whitewashed it a lot of times. Why does it matter that way?
White people whitewash things, but Americans are not allowed to play British people ever.
No.
Because we're terrible at the accents.
Yeah, but they shouldn't be allowed over here. And
I'm
anti-British.
Because the British people can do American accents.
Well, all the dope black.
That's the thing.
There's only one American actor I've seen pull off British accent well, and it's fucking Peter Dinklage.
What about Don Cheadle?
Yeah,
No,
Don Cheadle's is pretty cockney.
No.
His is like pretty
He did not do
cockney
a good
over
job.
top. Like,
No, I hated him in that. I hate it. I never got through that movie, but
What
I
about
did not.
Aries Spears?
I'm sure he does it good, man. That's great. No, but a lot. Idris Elba.
he also
To
didn't
go.
look Asian. He didn't look Asian enough.
No, all
he
black
didn't.
actors, man.
He didn't look Asian
All the
enough.
good ones, like Idris Elba, Franklin from Snowfall.
Yeah, dude, they crush it.
Motherfucking dude
And they
from
The Wire.
All American.
Everyone, a bunch of people from The Wire, British. The main character
every
in the
time,
first few
man.
seasons, at least.
Yeah, because
But-
British people are better doing American accents.
Whatever. This other, they
No,
had.
they just don't like American black people.
I was.
Who does?
George Bush does not like black people.
Doesn't care about black people.
Whatever. I like that's my version.
Oh, and Raiden sucked. Raiden's one of my
did.
favorite
He
Mortal
didn't do anything.
Kombat.
That's why.
He didn't do anything.
He just made the shield.
He was, first of all, I know Raiden in the game, Raiden looks white. I know he's got the Chinese hat or whatever, so they had to make him Chinese in this. They could have made Cole Raiden with the way he looked and made his eyes white, because this guy who played him looked like a alcoholic, drunk, washed up fucking just a Chinese guy. He didn't sound strong like a god. He was like, "Welcome to Mortal Kombat, 15-minute." Like, he literally was like one of those guys. You know? He just didn't.
Did you say welcome?
Welcome, yeah, dude. He literally would do I'm sure he was Chinese in real life, but you couldn't understand him. It was shitty. He was one of the worst parts of the movie too. I'm like, why is he here? He's short. Raiden's fucking tall. He's imposing when he's around. He's badass. He doesn't look like he's wearing a dress. This dude had rags hanging off him. He was
You're
whack.
like the movie equivalent of like a wine snob.
You think so?
Yeah, I couldn't really taste the embers and the fruits. And I don't know if this is from Naples or
Dude,
is this from California.
Who else did they kill really
you know what
quick?
I mean? Like sometimes
Everyone.
you gotta like go
Melina.
into a
Melina
situation.
died quick, dude. They won off everyone so quick.
You had too much
dude.
just fucking. It's some cheesy bullshit. Like you know
yeah,
what I mean?
but
You're
the
being
amount-
way too deep.
I guess, but the amount of shit they could have at least pulled from the game and made it cooler instead of going on like they have to acquire powers.
No, I get that.
The new guy.
No, that one you gotta pad the runtime a little bit.
Whatever, man. This shit. It was not.
It was fun. I mean,
It's just they had the. I feel like they were on the right path. They had the right look.
they set up for a sequel too, so
Yeah,
maybe
of course, but,
if they get enough backlash, it seems like it's 50-50, but
it really
they'll
does.
They'll make it better. They'll make
Dude, I've seen so many people who are dorks like me be like, I think it was great, and I'm like, I liked the violence when it happened, but there was certain shit where I'm like, I don't know, man. It's sort of like
It's a little
when
slow at points.
like it's like when you watch. If you know what it felt like. Perfect example: The Dark Knight Rises.
I gotta take off.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
we're wrapping up soon.
No
when
rush,
The
yeah.
Dark Knight Rises, when Bane gets fucking hit with a cannon out of or even Scarecrow.
I didn't like that movie.
In any of the Dark
Oh,
Knight series movies, as good as they are, if you go back and watch any of them, he doesn't fist fight anyone in those movies for long, and all his villains, except for like even Bane, he doesn't fight him for long. He gets hit with a cannon. Scarecrow, the girl shoots him with a taser. It's like, why are these iconic characters / villains getting wiped out in one hit? Like Melina, any of them, it's like she
That
gets
was
hit
fucked
with a
up fatality.
beam. She gets hit with-
No. Which one got the whole body split? in
That
half?
was his like winged.
Yeah,
Harsh.
Oh, that wasn't nobody. That wasn't
she was genuinely a nobody.
I thought
So
that was Melina for some
I
reason.
was okay
No,
with her
Melina's like
dying that
teeth
way.
and-
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But again, that one too, it's like having them fight for just a few minutes. I know I'm being nitpicky, but it's like, yo, you literally half-assed a lot of this and you shoehorned in a bunch of shit nobody would have asked for.
My problem is I didn't feel the stakes of like that. This is the last tournament that they need to
Yeah,
win
it
this
wasn't
to
even a
stop
tournament.
the invasion.
Nah,
of
but
like,
you know they were setting up for a sequel though. You know what I'm
but
saying?
it's still the
that's-
tournament that this is supposed to be. Yeah, they're gonna. Shao Kahn is still alive and he's gonna come back. But like you still, even if you're gonna have sequels, you have to have those stakes in the first movie. And because it all kind of took place in that one kind of area about like, okay, this is where we trained. Other than they showed up, I don't know. It didn't have. It just didn't. It missed that build a little bit.
Yeah, Kano died quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
He got hit with a gnome in the eye? What? Are you fucking
Yeah,
kidding?
the one he spit on came back to him.
If you think about,
Going back in your face.
Yeah, if you go back and rewatch all those fights, they're not that long, and it's look. I know they did what they could, and it honestly, I'm pretty sure this movie had problems because of COVID and everything, and they had to like reshoot shit. Yeah. But it's like, yo, you guys did so much that nobody asked for. Literally nobody was like, we need a new character.
You like the Gordon Ramsay of movie reviews.
No, man.
This movie's fucking terrible. What are you doing? Liu Kang? Why wasn't he? Why is this guy fucking cool? It sucks.
That's the other, the best, one of the best parts.
Thank God Mo's not in charge of movies. Every movie would suck.
Yeah, well,
I'm just watching it not to improve it. I'm just fucking, if it sucks, whatever, I just keep it moving.
No, I'm not just shooting shit, but this was...
That doesn't sound fun.
This was, I was going to say, this was a big deal to the dorks. Like, everyone came into this, everyone was like hoping to see dope shit, and it had some dope scenes. Final fight's dope. Again, Cole didn't need to be in it.
Yeah, but this one with Scorpion coming back. Well, that's something they always bounce around back and forth about who was the bad one. Is Sub-Zero and Scorpion? That always bounces. Yeah. I wish Sub-Zero's outfit was a little more blue.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was a little more. It was too more Noob Saibot. Yeah,
I thought
when he first showed up, that was Noob Saibot. When he showed up in the temple,
we thought it was smoke.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. They have the same.
Yeah.
The other thing, I just thought of it had to do with Sub-Zero. Fuck. Oh, he there's a whole subplot which I'm surprised they didn't just put in this. Did you see the cartoon version?
Which one?
It's on HBO. There's a cartoon Scorpion.
The Scorpion one? No, I don't think I watched it.
It's great.
It's better. Lunchbox too. You see
I'm
the
just
cartoons,
saying.
the games,
No, it's good.
Socks.
But
yeah, watch good shit. Bro.
Even in the video game.
Oh, I'm 42 years old though. You gotta understand.
Yeah.
So,
what the fuck is that?
I was never like a huge Mortal Kombat.
This is
player.
how I treat everything.
Yeah, me too. The plot usually went that Sub-Zero killed his whole clan did it, but it's Quan Chi shapeshifted into Sub-Zero and convinced the clan to do it or whatever, or got his warriors to dress up. So that might come back in another one, but they kind of didn't.
They did show his medallion.
They I missed that. I saw Kotal Khan and in a painting and Nightwolf, and then I also saw
Kano tried to steal Quan Chi's fucking little medallion from
Oh, that's what that was?
Yeah, from Raiden's temple. I'm pretty positive.
All right, because Quan Chi, that's what I'm saying. Quan Chi's supposed to show up and be like, I'm the one who killed your family, and then Sub-Zero and Scorpion form the fucking Deadly Alliance.
I feel like a valley chick around like two dudes talking about fantasy basketball and shit.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, man, it is what it is.
Listen, get it.
It's called having a passion in
things. Dude, look,
I get it.
I said
in
the beginning, I came into this movie with the highest of hopes. I'm like,
why?
this is because
I
didn't
at all.
That's your problem. You can't set the bar. You got to go.
To be fair, I had huge hopes for Kong and Godzilla, and it pretty much met them.
I was about to say Kong Godzilla. I was content with that one. I told everyone about, and this is we're going back, but it kind of relates to this. Like, if you went, and I'm going against my own advice in this, but I also think the story. I also said the cheesiness is what adds to Mortal Kombat, so I didn't really shit on that as much. Cheesy lines are one thing. I'm just saying the amount of horse shit they fed to us, and people are like, "Oh, this is great." It's like, sort of. It's the violence and everything is in the right direction. The quickness they killed people. Dude, they killed Goro, but with a brand new person on Goro's first fight. Like, fuck out of here. He should have fought 5 of them at once. And it should have taken at least 2 people to kill him. Cole, fucking dork. Sorry.
Because Cole is the greatest warrior of all time.
He couldn't beat that one guy in the beginning.
These blacks.
No, like they set up Goro. They're like, okay, they don't even show him.
Yeah,
exactly. Shadow. Oh, we have the royal bloodline with us, and like, it's just missed opportunity in storytelling.
This is the other thing. I'm going back to King Kong Godzilla.
I'm working on my screenplay. Don't worry.
Those are all cheap. Listen, King Kong and Godzilla, another movie where the entire plot is cheesy. You shouldn't go into that movie going, I want a coherent plot about a giant monkey and a lizard fighting. You're not going to get it. Now.
It's chinks for the niggas, man.
Okay, dude.
It is.
You said it on there. No,
that's why all the Stop Asian Hate came from. Once that movie came out,
they just stopped it.
Niggas was mad, man. Nah, man, our boy was getting his ass whooped by the Chinese.
And he won, yeah.
So
Godzilla did win.
We got to punch an Asian for Kong.
So that movie, like the old Godzilla movies, anything with the humans is cheesy and makes no sense. You shouldn't even watch the humans. My thing is, if you want to watch any of those, you should be watching.
You was breathing on the mic.
I'm holding it
You
away
should
from me.
just
This is my breath.
I watched just the fight scenes of King Kong Godzilla with my dad. He got the whole movie, so those are dope. That's the best part of that movie. And out of all the King Kong Godzilla movies, they had the most fights. So I actually liked King Kong Godzilla.
Yeah, so do I.
I enjoyed it.
There were there's little things that are stupid again, but I went into it knowing that was going to happen. With Mortal Kombat, I'm going to end on this. I thought that they would have somewhat learned their lesson from the 90s ones and been like, oh, keep some of the cheese, but make sure all we have in this is just them fighting and breaking arms and killing people.
Yeah, that makes
also,
sense.
I thought it would be them like what they do in the first Mortal Kombat movies that they do in this one again is they have right away every single key fighters fight each other. It's like unless that person can come back a million times, like Reptile. If they had those reptile things come back multiple times in the other movies, I'd be fine with that. I'm like, okay, cool, it's a race. Mm-hmm. That's fine. Or like Baraka. If Baraka showed up in this one, there's more than one. What did you think of Baraka Obama? Did you ever think of doing that one?
He got like blade hands and shit.
It's like, I will lead the Tarakan army, and we will go to Outworld.
This is Mortal Kombat. I'm going to do a fatality.
Yeah, be like
cut you in half with my Negro hands. I am Baraka. Obama.
There you go.
Bump, 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 bump.
That's your own callback to your own joke.
Of course, man.
No, but yeah,
doing my material.
I was just hoping, dude, that they would come in with more of an idea of like, okay, we're gonna showcase dope characters. I'm surprised they didn't just go and take a poll of like, who do you want to see in this fucking movie? You know what I mean? Like, the way they showcased it too. I didn't even watch the trailers. They just had the poster. I was like, oh, all these people are in it. This should be cool. And then I noticed that Cole dude in the background. I'm like, oh, I wonder who that is. That just must be someone I can't recognize. Turns out he's the fucking main character of the movie. You know what I'm saying?
At least make him interesting.
Yeah, at least make him interesting. Just, I don't know, man.
I get your frustration.
I give it a 5 out of 10.
Maybe about Jack's just growing his fucking arms.
Yeah.
I thought it was dope. Because honestly, like, when you see his skinny ass arms, I was like, yo, really? Is this what they're doing? But when I forget what it was called once you get your fucking
Arcana.
Power. Arcana. And
what were the odds?
I like that.
But what would his Arcana been if he hadn't lost his arms?
A longer dick.
Yeah. that guy's already got a huge dick.
Yeah.
You fucking who?
No, he's not.
Real talk.
The wrong button every fucking time.
I don't know these buttons.
Just stop touching them.
Should have said R. Kelly. I would have done it. But yeah. Yeah, man, that looks like we've been
almost 2 hours?
Oh, no, it's an hour. Almost 15, but let's do the plugs again real quick before we get out of here. What do you got, Mo?
28th I'll be in Waterbury, and next month on the 22nd I'm headlining someplace in Jersey. I'll put it in the comments because I can't remember.
Yeah, or put it on your social. What's your social media?
My social media, the main one is just Instagram. Comedian Mo Green, MOGREEN.
And Pete, anything?
Just follow me at Metal Pete Comedy on Instagram, and I'll post all my crap there.
Bang.
Same. Follow me at Silly Selly. Follow also the podcast, Yes Offense Podcast on Instagram. You can send your hate mail to me there on my Instagram, either Instagram or at Yes Offense. Yes Offense Gmail official at Yes Offense official Gmail at. Fuck me, dude. Yes Offense official at gmail.com. You can send me all that shit there.
You retarded.
Yeah, I'm retarded. You can also, you can come see me. I'll post shit on my social media as well, but I'll be...
put them in the comments, too, or put it in the description.
Woodbury Brewing Company, Thursday, April 29th, Elbow Room, April 30th. Definitely come to that one. That's my show. And then May 4th, Sherman's Tap House, and I'll also be at... I forgot the name. I'll post about it. That one I'm also I'm hosting. It'll be at a brewery at the end of the month, May 26th, I believe. Andre Kim's headlining, unless he drops out. Hopefully he will not.
There you go.
That's the show, you guys. Thanks for coming on, you guys.
No
I appreciate
problem,
you.
man. Peace.
Peace.
Suck it.